Alright, we're quickly coming to the end of this game. There's going to be a few optional missions that I'm going to be doing after Sigurd, but we're going to go in and do Sigurd, like, right now, because we're impatient. Chapter 29, Dragon Knight. Vogel the Dragon Fang is one of the dragoons who guards the floating isle of Sigurd, the City of Ruin. They say he managed to slay a dragon of old, so he shouldn't be taken lightly. But he, too, got under the spell cast by Sage Rashidi. Do the rebels have what it takes to break the evil magic? Once again, the rebels will have to deal with Rashidi's plans. What in tarnation are Rashidi's plans? Okay, so my plan is to drop a save state here, and I'm just going to go and absolutely blitz this map, because there's something I want to show off before I recruit Vogel, and I don't know. How do I want to... Yeah, that's really tight, so I want to avoid all these dudes. I guess let's just deploy... I don't know... Rowney, because she's evil now. Killing her dad made her very, very evil. So I'll just put her down here as a safety strat for the base. Don't need anybody else. Not at this point, anyway. So we're just gonna go and straight up murder Vogel without zero. Yeah, we're just like LeBron James right now. We're going here. There's more than humans in this map, but we have no regard for human life. So let's just change our formation and get ready to go in there with boss killing formation, which I completely fucked up there because I don't know what I'm doing. So let's do this again. Yes, we're great. We're good. Nothing can stop us now. Not even the glitching. Yeah, I was trying to think, what are some other... This is not what I want to be doing right now. What are some other Sega Saturn games that would be good to play? And the only one that I can think of is Magic Knight Rare. Which, you know, I'm a fan of the manga, but I don't know... Like I looked up the gameplay, and my first thought was, why are their heads so big? Like, you should just get bonuses for headbutts for having heads that big. Alright, are we gonna beat them? Alright, we've encountered the enemy unit.
ラシュディ様に逆らう愚かな者たちよ。この天空を荒らす悪しき下界の殺戮者たちよ。我が剣を受けてみよう。
Alright, so Vogel also wants us to eat his shorts.
Fight it out.
So yeah, we're gonna focus on the leader. We're just gonna burn tarot cards with reckless abandon because we're not actually using them. Alright, wrecked. Looks like we're gonna need a little bit more. Wow, 109. What a beastly hit. I mean, it doesn't even matter, but... Oh, alignment charisma up. There we go.
これは一体。そうか。俺は奴らの術に。君たちが俺にかけられた魔法を解いてくれたのか。とりあえず礼を言わせてもらおう。力を貸したところだが、俺はこのシグルドを離れるわけにはいかん。残念だが、下界の戦乱はお前たち下界の人間だけで何とかせねばならんよ。
So this is what happens when you fail to recruit Vogel. And I'm doing this with very purposeful reasons. So yeah, you can literally just blitz any map you want to anyway. So you don't have to sit around and farm monies and taxes and everything. You can just go straight for the boss. We're not gonna save because we're reckless, and then we're gonna go right back to Sigurd. Alright, and then we just want to go back to the boss city. And everybody will love us for this. We beat up Vogel. They're like, oh man, he beat up Vogel. Yeah, that's great. Alright, so... I got my fucking recording software in the way, so once I get back to the map, I'm probably just gonna remove that and cut it out in post. I don't know why I have it in my way. You don't deserve my help. Blame the gods. Alright, we get Zepulos from him. Now, there is a chance you could get this from Buried Treasure, but in all of my runs, I found it very difficult to get a Zepulos. Alright, so I'm here to collect 4 swords. Zepulos is one of them. Euros, Nodos, and I've got 4 Nodoses. And the Boleus axe. I got 2 Boleus axes. I wasted 150 grand, and then I regretted it. But if you take those 4, and I believe it's this temple right here, down here, they will give you a special item. But, oh yeah, we ran into a hidden city too. Surprise is, we're going to be liberating that in the actual run, because we're actually going to recruit Vogel.
Liberation.
Yes, why not? We get the world card, which doesn't matter at all. Do you have the weapons forged by the 4 wind gods? Amazing! This is the item that's most difficult to find. Fine, you deserve this symbol of bravery. I shall give you the Fire Rest. You received Fire Crest. Spelling. Alright, I'm not going to bust on them too much because I know translation is difficult enough, but they do need to put out another version that corrects a lot of this stuff. I do recall when I was reading 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, and there was no official translation for it, and it was being fan translated. Somebody in the server came out and was like, is this an error? And I'll put the page up. I think I still have the fan translated one, but they made this huge error, and like I was the only one around that can, partially read Japanese, so I was looking at that, and then I like looked at the actual Japanese text, and I'm like, yeah, this is an error. So they put octopus dumplings up there and just absolutely massive text. And when I was looking at the Japanese text, it said mina arigato, which means thank you, everyone. And I was like, yeah, this is an error. How the hell did he get this? And I had my blinders on for a good few minutes until I realized that there's a student holding a sign on there, and I believe it says like takoyaki or something, which is octopus dumplings, okay? And they had mistranslated both of these things and put octopus dumplings for thank you, everyone, and then on the sign they had put thank you, everyone, where it was supposed to say takoyaki. I think that's what it said. It said octopus something. Alright, so we get the Fire Crest. This is the mark of Lexar, the legendary Knight of Flames. There's a mysterious spell held within. The Fireseal. Alright, this is mysterious. This is actually just one of those other codes that you put in for your name, and then you get a special map, which I believe I will be doing after this one. The only other use for the Fire Crest is to sell it for a massive 327,670 goth. So let's do that, because it doesn't matter. And as the great sages, the Backstreet Boys once said, I wish I could turn back time so bad. And we can. So let's just do that. And, yeah, we're going to start liberating towns and everything because we need a little bit more reputation. So hopefully they give us good cards and everything. So let's get Ash out there. And we want to hold some cities and annihilate all of these guys. So let's do that. Who do I want to put there? I think I will put Schneider's group. And then I will put Rowney's down there. Deneb, I obviously want to put on the... I'll put Saradin on the home base. And then Right Said Fred will go for this city up here. Let's get Rowney out there. Oh, we do want our can opener. There's 3 pieces of loot on here. So do I have to take the doggy out? Yeah, I do. No doggy for us. Alright, so let's deploy can opener. Up into... Give me 1 second. I will be right back. Okay, there's apparently things I want to do after I complete this. So I'll collect those items, but I believe the first treasure is like right around here. So let's actually get Deneb out. And she will go discover this hidden city, but not liberate it. Because she's the only evil group that has a flying dude in there. Now that we have a Satan who can carry her big booty across the sky, and it's not weighing everybody down now, we can actually do things with her group. I guess we'll deploy Aisha, and we will put her right here. And I guess Tristan's group. And I think there's a city over here. Yeah. Alright, that's all the units. No. Is everybody traveling? Everybody is except Saradin, so we're doing great right now. Alright, we liberated a Roshfell Temple. Liberation! Alright, do not give us any negative reputation. Well, that helped out a lot. We will give you our blessings. Glory to the rebellion! Alright, we got a soul mirror. And I guess we should just keep going. Rowney has finished moving. You liberated the free city Mupand.
Liberation.
Liberation. Yes, as long as it doesn't give us negative reputation. Good.
Lucky.
1 point. Okay, that's not as good as I would hope. You are the rebel army who are fighting the Empire, right? The Empire is at the Sigurd Castle with Vogel. He is one of the 3 dragoons of the Floating Islands. The Sage Rashidi placed a spell on Vogel, and he's now a puppet of the Empire. Please, save Master Vogel's soul and defeat the Empire. Congratulations, you found buried treasure.
Find out.
We got a Thunder Spear. We've liberated Mwanza.
Liberation.
Yes, give us a tarot card. That's good. That's an excellent tarot card to get. Yes. Do we have enough world cards? We have 3 of them, so I don't need that. As you can see, Sigurd is divided into 2 sections, Northern Sigurd and Southern Sigurd. The legend is that it used to be one island, but there was a disaster that divided the land into 2. Alright, can opener, we'll get you moving shortly. Schneider, you go directly on the city. Nobody that comes over here is allowed to pass go or collect $200. Alright, it's over here somewhere. And then I guess once we do that, we'll get him his doggy back, and he will go camp on some city. You liberated the trading city Bujumber. Liberation. Alright, good. A star card. Okay, that's excellent.
Thank you.
More agility for everyone in my army. Except the ones that aren't deployed, because they suck. We got enough star cards? Yeah, we do. It seems like this is not the only floating island in the skies that the evil empire attacked. A few days ago, several knights from Organa fled to this island. Organa is the island where Lady Fenrir governs. It seems like all 3 dragoons are enchanted by the Sage Rashidi. Yeah, lots of enchantments on them. Alright, so we will send Ash here, and then Rowney, you will get on the city and protect it from the evildoers. Like yourself. Patricide is just so evil, isn't it?
Find out.
Alright, we got a Benkei's Glaive. Not exactly what I'm looking for, but okay. And then the last one is over here. You found the magic city Rinswald. However the hell you pronounce that.
Find out.
Schneider's unit has encountered an enemy, and they got obliterated.
Fight it out.
Happily ever after, I might add. Yeah, so I actually caught up with the fan translations of Wash It All Away, and I actually also ordered Volume 1 because I'm saying actually a lot, way too much! The audience is gonna pick up on that, and they're gonna be like, you're a fraud! Anyway, I ordered Volume 1 of that because I like the illustrations for it, and it's really nice and comfy slice of life manga. And all it is she's running her clothes washing business and takes baths, and that's all it is. And like I always like to pretend that song from Outkast, So Fresh and So Clean, is a song about taking showers, even though it's not. But like every time I popped in the shower, I would always do that, because I think that song came out when I was still in high school, or like a year after or something. And I remember when I was in like either keyboarding 1 or keyboarding 2 in high school, because I took that class with my friend Featherhoof. And funny story is that I actually took keyboarding 1 in the 11th grade because I was like, I have to know how to type. It'll increase my performance so much. And I like missed so many days of school that since it was only a semester-long class, they decided to fail me in it. So I ended up taking keyboard 1 and 2 my senior year, because I took keyboarding 1 again. And it was absolutely hilarious because I did not need to take keyboarding 1. And by that time, I could type 98 words per minute. And so you have some dude in there that's like totally not necessary for them to learn how to do all this stuff. And yeah, it was really funny, but I also got banned off the school internet because I typed in fucking shit in the thing, and then I learned, oh yeah, they're of course they're spying on us. Like nobody else would have known that, but they're like, yeah, just don't go online anymore.
Find out.
An ice charm. But yeah, for whatever reason, after I finished all my work, you know, for the keyboarding for that day, because I typed insanely fast for that point of time, it would only take me like 5 to 10 minutes to punch out whatever I had to do, and then I'd turn it in and ace the class because, you know, typing like basically 100 words per minute. And I don't know how many words per minute I type now because I have not taken a typing test since high school. I only ever gauged myself off of how fast my friend Featherhoof types, and because we were very competitive at it, and he got really fast at it too. And so I was like, oh yeah, he types really fucking fast. He types as fast as I do. And everybody that says, like, they'll just come in and see me typing. They're like, oh, you type so fast. And then, like, the real thing is that I'm not typing as fast as I can because my body just can't keep up with it anymore. And I noticed that when I got in my 30s, so I actually type slower than I used to. And people still are like, oh my god, you type so fucking fast. And I have no idea how fast I type, and I have no interest in finding out how fast I type. So, unless I'm, like, forced with some kind of mechanical contraption that's going to force me how to type, I'm just not going to take a typing test, ever. I just know that my last known typing speed was around 100 words per minute, and I will just go with that. Even though I'm... Oh, how did I lose this? How did I lose? I shouldn't lose. We're too evil to lose.
Fight it out.
That's some crazy fucking bullshit they're talking about right there. Like, didn't I just kill, like, 90 of them? Like, they had a 5-person group, didn't they? And I killed off most of them and I still lost that encounter? That's crazy talk. Maybe it's because the chicken turned my necromancer into a jewel, and that's how I lost it. Alright, Deneb, murder them.
Fight it out.
But yeah, if I ever do anime talk again, I'm gonna force my bro Featherhoof to watch that with us. I was just like, yeah, we're watching this comfy slice of life about just doing your laundry and taking baths. So that'll be pretty hilarious. I would have to hope that it gets good production quality, because literally everything that I've wanted them to make an anime into has been pretty bad on the production, and they've just like really phoned it in. And I'm like, you know, I've really liked this manga, and I've just given up on anything that's not a Shueisha property, because it's like hit or miss. Like you'll get this thing that nobody knows about and has never heard of, gets this really great adaptation. Like, what was that schoolgirl anime, something sailor uniform? Just absolutely ridiculous, but the fuck are you coming from? This dude literally came over here just to drop my alignment and charisma. Did I send Can Opener back? Oh, you know, it was a good thing that my opinion leader was here just to stop them. Otherwise, they would have seized this city and caused a 5 points reputation loss, which probably would have lost me the chance to get Vogel entirely. Alright, we liberated the magic city, Rinswald. Hold up, I'm just gonna send my opinion leader out there to bully. Alright, more alignment, nice.
Lucky.
Alright, let's send, I don't know where I want to send Ash. The Fire Crest, a symbol of bravery, is somewhere in the world. Yeah, we know. It is said to be as powerful as the gems of the 12 Apostles. Many knights had sought the item to achieve the glory. Yeah, you have to do all this incredibly complex item finding to be able to get it, so we're just gonna ignore that. So anyway, we just started murdering.
Fight it out.
Where's this guy coming from? Like, what even are the manga that I want to get an adaptation at? That haven't yet. Because, like, the ones that I've wanted to get adaptations, like 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, got really lackluster ones. And that's because it got picked up by JC Staff. And the running gag is that JC Staff just does not care about anything that is not a certain scientific railgun. Even a certain magical index, which is in the same universe, they just completely phone it in on that one, and they're like, oh, railgun, and they're like, oh, we got to do so good for this, and give it such, oh, the animation's got to be the best thing ever, and that's just the running gag with them. But yeah, they cut out like literally everything. They cut out a lot of story arcs, a lot of the stuff that just made the story what it is, so it wasn't that good of an adaptation. And also the animation was just kind of... There were good moments, but... Like, the story with that is always going to be the strongest point, but... At the same time, it's like... It's not quite right.
Fight it out.
So if somebody's like, they watch the show and then they go and read the manga, they're gonna be like, what the hell is going on here? This is especially if they object to content like nudity, and they're gonna be like, oh my god, no, I'm not reading this. So yeah, we've only got to Kagurabachi, but where I think Kagurabachi would end is going to be in the one arc that was like they're like on the third arc now, but the second arc was like the weakest to me, and I just didn't like it. And I think that's where the anime would end, so not very thrilled about that. Although I will say I am enjoying the third arc a lot. But yeah, where am I going? What am I doing? Alright, some of these guys are just flying right by me, so I want to be a little careful here.
Fight it out.
Yeah, these guys are coming down with their Eurobeat to club and stuff, and we don't want them to open up a club in this temple or city, so they need to just screw off. Oh yeah, what is fucking Canopus doing? I should just put his group here, so I can fuck off and liberate the rest of this shit. Yeah, I'm gonna put Ash down here for the time being until I get Canopus back up here to, you know, counter club them. He's like, my taste in music is better than yours. Alright, I'll take it. get out of here. Go bye-bye. Alright, did I send him back? No, he's still sitting right there. So, let's use a dinner bell on him. As soon as I can find it. Yeah, watch me find a Zepulos on one of the maps after this and be like, oh, of course, I would get that. And then I'd be able to get the Fire Crest back and sell it off for all that insane money. Which would be nice, but I'm not going to count on it. Where's my doggy? Alright, we will deploy the can opener, and we will deploy him over here. Just to defend, so that we're not losing charisma and alignment. Well, the harm has not been that bad.
Fight it out.
Alright, go on, right said Fred. Why would they send a bunch of fire dragons at guys that are just gonna use ice? You know what? I will look this up. Of manga that I want to become anime as soon as this battle is over. Because then I will be able to cut it. And nobody will be any the wiser. He'll be like, oh, wow, editing, that's magic. Oh, we're leveling up. A lucky charm. Alright, yeah, we got the lucky charms. We're good with this. So actually, let me use that on Deneb. Because she should be at the forefront and getting the most encounters, even though she's not right now. So maybe more item drops? Lucky item drops? I don't know.
Fight it out.
Is this the same guy? Okay, yeah, it is. Alright, so yeah, I joked about Osumi-chan is interested in lesbian brothels, but they're making another one from the same magazine, which is essentially the same story, which is something like, does it count if you fall in love with an android or something? And, I don't know, I've had a hard time because these are, like, very dense and very difficult to get through, but that would certainly be an interesting, interesting show, but it's probably gonna get shit production quality. Alright, can opener, save us.
Fight it out.
A Giant Ojo-sama, that one is getting an anime, and I hope that's pretty good because I do enjoy that. How do I describe that? It's kind of like Invader Zim. I guess that's all I have to say about it. Yeah. With giant drinks or something. Where she turns bigger than a skyscraper and they, I will say loosely, defend, in quotation marks, the city while being absolute idiots behind the scenes. Some of these other ones just don't have enough chapters. Kagurabachi will definitely get an anime adaptation. I wish Miss Kurito's Monster Lab, or whatever the fuck it's called, actually got more than one season. And, or that it had gotten an English translation for the manga, because it doesn't. And nobody is translating that or anything. I guess I could just, like, find raws and just read it raw, but I was a huge fan of the anime. That was a really good anime. Really fun.
Fight it out.
Yeah, wash it all out. That's gonna get an anime, so we're gonna be interested in that. Kowloon Generic Romance. Now, I've been watching the anime for this, and it's gonna be a complete adaptation, but they are absolutely blitz pacing this to put like 8 chapters per episode. And so what they're doing is just cutting out like half of every chapter. So there's a lot of stuff missing, which is disappointing. Maybe, how would I say this? Love comedy and kaiju. Oh, it's another giant girl one, like a giant Ojo-sama. I was having this, I just got into this thing where I was like, oh, I just want to look for giant girls or whatever and do that. And this is one of those where she just turns into, like, Ultraman to fight off these kaiju. And it is pretty fun, but it's coming out at a slow pace, so there's not enough chapters for that to even be considered at this point. The other one, 70-meter Girl, does, however, so I don't know, maybe I should check to see if that has a translation into English for the manga. Probably doesn't, though, because the way these things go is that fan translators will do it, and people go onto these pirate sites and read it, and then companies from over here will be like, oh, there's a huge amount of interest in this, so we're going to pick this up, and then they pick it up, and that's how that goes. So I don't think most people have even heard of 70-meter Girl. Same thing as the other one, where she just puts on this giant suit and starts fighting kaiju. Absolutely great illustrations in it, though. Great paneling for a battle manga. So I would like to see that get an anime as well.
Fight it out.
Just kind of went on a... So, Ichi the Witch is also pretty much guaranteed to get an anime adaptation. This is by the person that did, or is doing, Welcome to Demon School, Iruma, which is just a... I don't want to say a clone, but it's very Harry Potter-like. So this is by her. She's doing the writing. And then the illustrator for... What was that manga called? Well, she lost her job. Act Age. Okay, Act Age, which was like the competition for Oshinoko. But that got canceled because the author of Act Age decided he wanted to become popular with law enforcement, and he did become popular with law enforcement, and so they put him in jail and they canceled his manga, and so the illustrator lost her job, and they didn't have anybody until, like, well, that's 35 chapters, so that's almost 35 weeks of it running. I don't remember if there were any breaks, but yeah, that was an unfortunate situation. That's pretty much guaranteed to get an anime as well, because Iruma already got an anime, and Act Age would have as well if he didn't decide to do what he did. Gushing Over Magical Girl's already got an anime. I was talking about this other one, Magical Girl's Lost Trial, or Defeat Trial, or whatever, which is basically the same thing as Gushing Over Magical Girls, with a cross between Phoenix Wright. But there's just not enough chapters. I think there's only 7... From what I've read, there's only 7 chapters out, so you need like about 40 to make an anime out of it, unless you're doing blitz pacing like Kowloon Generic Romance is. So yeah, it'll be a while before anybody looks at that at all. They do have a second season coming for Gushing Over Magical Girls, but that'll pretty much cover all the content, because that's been on break because the author has had poor health or whatever. I don't know. she could have stubbed her toe. I just a lot of manga authors break down and like the average age expectancy for them is a lot different than most of the Japanese people. It's only like 58 instead of like 78 or something. If you're a manga author, you die young. That's all I have to say. All right, Fred, you have this. All right, let's see where Canopus is, so I can start moving Ash and my opinion leader to liberating cities again, so that I don't start losing a ton of money. Now, one that I would like to see animated, but I am almost certain will never get an anime, is the Rosengarten Saga, because that's just way too insane. People will take one look at that and be like, what in the fuck is going on? Alright, so we will go over here, liberate this, and Ash, where are you? You're still traveling down here, so... Alright, go liberate this city so that our princess has a place to stay. Yeah, I can't even, like, put panels of Rosengarten Saga into this video.
Fight it out.
Okay, another one is the death-defying princess. Forms a Yuri harem. So... I think this one will get one at some point, but it's going to be like 2030 before this is greenlit. Or we hear about it, because there's only... Well, there's going to be 9 chapters in 2 days, because the scan later said that... Actually, has this been translated and got an official release yet? Probably not. This actually runs in the same magazine as Rosengarten Saga, and they seem to only be interested in... insane stories, but yeah, there's only 9 chapters. I don't know, maybe because this is a monthly release, so the chapters are pretty long, it's like 30 to 50 pages. But that would be interesting to see, because the main character is an absolute shithead, and she has like almost no redeeming qualities, and she keeps getting killed by people. But the time keeps rewinding, and she keeps trying to find a way just to keep living. And so, her plan to do that is to just seduce all the women in her kingdom. Alright. Yeah, I think that's about all I wanna see right now. It would be cool if Sidcraft got an anime, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be axed. It's looking like it. You liberated the free city Arshabij. What? I don't even. What the hell are you talking about? Is that a correct pronunciation for this? Yeah. All right, we're very strong.
Lucky.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, let's get rid of this chariot card. We don't need it. Vogel, one of the 3 dragoons, turned into a dragon, who's now a dragon. Resides here. Who allowed this sentence to be made? We were scared of him at first, but he turned out to be a kind and sincere person, even though a bit blunt. Well, on the plus side, he doesn't have a very bad voice like Sluss does. I don't know what they were thinking when they gave him that voice. Alright, Ash, go liberate this city.
Fight it out.
Alright, I think we're getting very close to securing all of this so that they're not able to get past Deneb or Fred. Yeah, I think that's about it for adaptations for anime. Because a lot of these other ones just 2 or 3 chapters, and I'm like, okay, maybe I like this. And I never really get a feel for something until there's like 10 chapters out. Alright, you liberated the Tree City Car Simp. What the fuck? What a name for a city.
Liberation.
Alright, we got the chariot card, which is going to give everybody a lot of strength.
Thank you.
No. Have we met? I'm Toad, a humble merchant. I moved to this floating island from the world below. I can't stand the war. By the way, have you ever heard about the Dragon's Gem? If you find it, bring it over to me. I'll make it worth your while. So you could bring it to him, but there's like 0 points. You could get a better item for bringing it to somebody else. And I can't remember exactly which city I have to take it to, but yeah, just give it to somebody else. You get a, is it an undead staff for doing that?
Fight it out.
Have I... No, there's sylphs in this group, so I'm not sure I've killed off all the flying units yet. These are just ground units that are left. Alright, we got an ethereal flute. Alright, no, they're looking like they've got some flyers. They really haven't gone after my home base. And I want to be cautious about that because they've still got flying units out here. Oh, I think I did see that JoJo Part 7 is getting an anime, so that should actually be pretty good because I had a huge blast reading that. That's as everybody says, the best part of it. And then I read Part 8 and I was like, what the fuck is even going on? Because Part 8 is just like a series of events that happens, and then there's like, it's like indecipherable or whatever. But yeah, that should be a pretty good show when that airs, because you know, most people, they just don't know how to read, so they're just solely engaged in when something gets an anime adaptation because they can't engage with media unless it's moving pictures. Oh, way to go! You just killed the Dragon Master off. You should have killed him last. Surprised they didn't target the bishop. Oh, these are just Tiamats, not okay, yeah. These are not bone dragons or zombie dragons or whatever the hell they call them. This one wants us dead before dawn. You missed everybody? How did you even manage that? Oh, it's not enough. Boo! Boo this dragon. It bounced him right into ash. Alright, I will take it. Whatever it is, I will take all of it. The petrification kill. That's very rare. And he got alignment up for that. Huge fan of what he just did. You liberated the fortress city McCalder.
Liberation.
Alright, I'll take that because that'll reset the timer on the Sigurd's disaster. It was a terrible accident caused by the actions of a single knight. He was a gifted knight who boasted about his strength and often said he was doing the will of the gods. Even a member from a powerful knight order looked like a baby in front of him. He was the strongest knight in the world. He sought more power and finally followed the dark path. He traveled the world in search of a true opponent and finally reached Sigurd. He heard the rumor that there was a divine dragon on this island. He fought the dragon for 7 days and 7 nights. He was victorious! Nobody rejoiced at the dragon's death, for they were afraid of its curse. The dragon's curse started as soon as it died. It corrupted the island of Sigurd. But there was more. The knight was morphed into a dragon. That's how he became a knight of the heavens assigned by the gods to this floating island to atone for his sins. Alright, so that's how Vogel became a dragon or something. So, yeah, I think there's a hidden city over here. Hold up, I want to get Fred right on that city. Alright, there we go.
Fight it out.
Alright, so I have such massive reputation right now that Vogel should be like, yeah, of course I want to join. So, naturally, when I defeat him again this time, he'll be like, nope, I'm not joining. Screw off. Why did they attack this group? Oh yeah, I'm looking over now and I can see that I have still not continued Chainsaw Man after it ended in part 1. And I think it's over like 200 chapters, but I'm just not like a big fan of Chainsaw Man. It's just kind of there. Like, the main character is a fucking idiot because he's like, I don't know, 14 or 16 or something. And I don't know what even happens there because he was just... Like they try to make him out that he's like some grizzled vet or something that's in his late 20s or early 30s, but he's like just a teenager and he was living with his pet chainsaw, I guess. And then they merged together.
Fight it out.
And the only part of it that I really enjoyed was when Power was talking about her pet cat or whatever. Because that reminded me of when I had my pet dog and everything. And that was sad, but I could totally empathize with that situation and everything. And then the rest of it is just really dumb because he just gets taken advantage of because he's a fucking moron. And there's not much to say, so why would I continue a story like that? Alright, we got a dinner bell, a free dinner bell. Where is the city that has the shop? Oh, of course it would be this city. Alright, how many dowsing rods and other bullshit do we have anyway? Alright, so I would like a Curonk. I need 7 ethereal flutes. No, I don't want to move. Need 1 Curonk, 7 ethereal flutes, and then I guess I'll buy some dowsing rods to get up to 5. So that I could go onto those maps that are exclusive and I could just do my best Batman impression from, was it Batman Begins, where he's just like, where are they? Alright, so how many of those do I have? Dowsing Rod, where are you even? Alright, let's buy 2 of those. It's one of those Batman movies that Christian Bale was in. Nah, we're good on that. It kind of makes me mad that Crystal Ball and Dowsing Rod are not right next to each other. But whatever. Okay, yeah, let's send Tristan back down to that city.
Fight it out.
I think I forgot to buy the 7 League boots in the last map. So I will probably go back there after I do everything and buy some of those so that I actually have them. I would like to teleport. That's the best method of travel in this game. Yeah, I don't think Tristan is going to beat this guy back here, though.
Fight it out.
We don't have any holy attacks, though. Wow, that dragon dude got wasted. Like a joke coming here. He did it again! My ninjas are just too powerful for him. Oh, we might clean them out. Wait, maybe not. I think that guy's gonna survive with like 2 HPs. Not a huge fan of him then. Okay, that's why he's missing. It's not doing any damage. Oh, we got him, okay. That solves that. Alright, have we won yet? You found the holy city Moragol.
Find out.
And then we liberated it. For great
Liberation.
justice. Okay, I'll take it.
Lucky.
There are many kinds of dragons living in the Sigurd Mountains. If you only have a few dragons left in your unit, this is your best chance to recruit them. I think I have enough dragons. Oh, they sent some kind of flying asshole after us. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna move my opinion leader into that upper right town, and then I'm going to leave Tristan on this city. Because Tristan's group can afford the alignment drops far more than my opinion leader can. She has to be a good girl. What if I just did an entirely evil playthrough at this point? I think that's what I'll do if I... Since I... Did I save over that, or is that in the first save slot?
Fight it out.
I don't know. If I left that save slot there back at Antongil so that I could recruit Gaff, I could just do the maps in a little bit different order so I could drop my alignment and reputation down to 0. And just be like, oh, I'm super evil now. And recruit Gaff for the terrible devil ending, which nobody should go forever unless you just want to see it. How many more enemy units are there? Yeah, I think I need to find another ogre sword too. Oh! He almost punted you off the edge. That would have been great.
Fight it out.
actually, May I Live With You will probably get an anime adaptation because there's already 40-some chapters out, and that's by the author of Domestic Girlfriend, which was one of those... I don't think it's as bad as Rent-A-Girlfriend because you have to try to write that poorly and to have characters that everybody hates and that, yeah, you just have to
fight it out.
I can't even describe the train wreck that Rent-A-Girlfriend is. I can't even believe that it got 4 seasons of anime. And I'm still wondering if they're gonna actually animate, because the manga is way different than the anime, because like the manga is just insufferable. Every chapter, like, it is just Kazuya going, "Oh my god, she's got a nice ass and she's so cute." Those are like the 2 things that you could get guaranteed to get out of a chapter out of that. And then I just don't know, because they cut all the nudity out of it, and I don't know how they're gonna do the whole cuck genjutsu scene if they're gonna cut all that out of there, because like everybody was like, "What in the fuck is this bullshit?" when that chapter came out. If you're interested, it's chapter 218. Do not read it; you will get brain damage. All right, that's a good card to get.
Lucky.
No noticeable movement, but it's good to get nonetheless. We've been waiting for you to arrive. Please save Sigurd. Please accept this dragon's gem. All right, we got the dragon's jewel. We're not going to give that to Toad. Actually, you know what? If he asked for it, I would just tell him to go fuck himself. Because I don't want to give it to him. Because I think an undead staff is far better. You have the dragon's gem. I'll pay you 70,000 goth for the jewel. Fair enough? No. How about... Did he just offer me the same amount? How about 75,000? No. How about 80,000? No. That's too bad. See you next time. Alright, yeah, I don't want to sell it to him, even though 80,000 goth is a lot of money. Alright, is everybody dead at this point? Because I don't think I detect any more enemy units. Are you guys very good? Because I would like to liberate this temple. And we lost like 40,000 monies there. More around 37,000 monies we lost. But yeah, we got 100 alignment on you, 96 on you, 79. Alright, so yeah, we're pretty good. So let's just send you over here to liberate this last temple. And hopefully get a, card that's going to improve my reputation just a bit more. Because I think I might have enough reputation after this map to not only recruit Vogel, but start the Zodiac Gem, the Zodiac Stone side quest. Alright, strength for everybody, so... no, I don't need this card. We'll give you our blessings. Glory to the rebellion! Alright, so I'm gonna let the opinion leader get back to the base and then farm the rest of the monies out of this. Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Shit. I don't actually want to send, Well, I guess I will just do it. Mass summons, let's do it! Yeah, let's just return everybody. And then I will farm taxes for the remainder of the days, and then we'll go after Vogel. Okay, I didn't quite get all of my monies back. I think I lost like 70,000 monies on this map, but oh well. I'm not gonna complain too much. Let's just go defeat the Vogels, and hopefully I have enough reputation to recruit him. So let's get back into boss killing formation and make him suffer or something. Yeah, we should have zero issues with taking him out. I'll just take him out the same way. I didn't want to redeploy Aisha's group because that's just going to waste like $20,000. And even more once I add Vogel to the group.
ラシュディ様に逆らう愚かな者たちよ。この天空を荒らす悪しき下界の殺戮者たちよ。我が剣を受けてみよ。
Yeah, so second time. Star card so that we actually hit. And no, we shouldn't be doing that. And then Emperor card so that I can unfuck the situation because I accidentally hit the Tiamat instead of Vogel with the Sonic Boom. Yeah, I think we got this. I mean, I guess I could miss, but I don't think it's going to happen with those agility pumps and a star card. Yeah, we got him. We got him good.
Oh, これは一体。そうか。俺は奴らの術に。君たちが俺にかけられた魔法を解いてくれたのか。とりあえず礼を言わせてもらおう。
He'll help us defeat the Empire, okay.
この俺もお前たちと一緒に帝国の奴らと戦ってやろう。ラシュディにはこの礼をしなければならんしな。それに君たちには俺の援助を受ける資格がある。さあ、一緒に戦い、ラシュディの花を明かしてやろうぜ。
I guess Vogel just has something against Rashidi's nose? Okay, what the fuck, man? Alright, that should give us enough reputation to start the Zodiac Stone quest. So that means I will have to liberate inventory space as well. Because I'm going to be collecting a bunch of items. Alright, now we have Vogel, so we will do the thing that we need to do, which is completely dismantle his group. Comes with a Tiamat. And we're going to dismantle his group because we want to put him in Aisha's group. So let's add him there. And now we have all 3 Dragoons. And now he's kind of like an RGB PC in that group. So I want to put him in the front, actually. So we'll have all 3 Dragoons in the front. Aisha and Eustace in the back. And this is an incredibly ridiculous group now because I'm getting 12 physical attacks. Very, very powerful frontline fighters here, so... And it's probably going to cost a lot. How much does it cost? 28,000 to deploy this now. We have Aisha and fucking Yushis to soften them up, if not completely annihilate them, and then they're definitely going to get cleaned up after that because this is very tough to come back from. So I just need to find a Sword of Heroes for Vogel, unless I already have one, which I don't think I do. But I'll probably sell off some of this crap. Oh, let's give the Elder Sign to Deneb. Maybe I will just get a little cheeky and put her in the front row so that she can smack things with her baton. But she doesn't really need it because her strength is very bad, but she has a massive amount of intelligence. Like, holy shit, it's getting close to maxed out. How many free spots do I have? Not enough. So yeah, oh, I can get rid of some of this stuff now that I've got higher reputation. So yeah, I gotta go back to that map as well, but don't really need a lot of this stuff. Alright, let's go back to Sigurd and see what they have to say for themselves. Alright, so we're not going to get the Crest of Fire this time. Unless in a later map we're able to find... what's it called? The Zepulo sword that Vogel has. Because you can find it as buried treasure. Thank you for saving Sigurd from the evil Empire. Alright, so... I'm guessing very Empire, very evil. Yeah. Please accept this Centaur statue as our gift to you. Centaur Demon. Because we cannot have any consistency whatsoever. Oh, it's an undead ring, not an undead staff, so it's something to make a lich. Alright, so yeah, that's worth more, I guess, if you want to make more liches, but I think one lich is enough. Of course, some people disagree with me, and they're like, I need so many liches and so many princesses. Is that the dragon's gem you are holding? Please, give me the gem. No, dude. So you not give it to me. Very well. Alright. But yeah, if we give it to him... Thank you, generous one. Then I shall give you my undead ring in return. We'll just sell that off. Make a bit more funds off of it. I'll tell you the best dragon class. The fire-type dragon is called Flare Brass. The alignment point should be in the middle. As for the cold type, it's known as the Death Bahamut. Both the level and alignment should be high. Dark dragons are zombie dragons. You can change your dragon's class by using an item on a Tiamat, which we already know. You use the undead ring on the Tiamat, but we've already got a zombie dragon, so I'm not interested in that. Oh, I forgot to liberate this temple right here, so let me go get it. Should have liberated it when I was still on the map. Alright, yeah, there's a hidden Roshfell temple right here.
Find out. Liberation.
Because the card draw would have applied to everybody since I had drawn a world card.
rescue.
Yeah, very evil empire. Yeah, they also give you, like, alignments and stuff like that. The alignment boosting item, which I can't remember what it's called right now. Let's just look that up. The Soul Mirror. Okay. Yeah, we already know about this. Vogel got turned into a dragon because he was, very tough. He had big, strong, dragon-slaying muscles, and he slew the dragon with them. And apparently he also has very big and strong nose-busting muscles as well, because he was to fuck up Rashidi's nose. While Mistress Vogel is gone, we the Knights of Sigurd will protect the skies. Alright, we don't know, who Vogel is. What is this? What is this? Is that a death Bahamut? Oh, come on! You know what? Screw you. You didn't want to join the rebellion, so you could die. Alright, let me fix my formation. This is a good reminder. Yeah, we know about the Fire Crest. We've already found it. We know how to find it. I might have to back out. If that gets up to the next sunspot, I will leave and come back. For what? 2 towns? Yeah, it's gonna be some reputation loss if I stay here any longer. According to the myth, Sigurd was destroyed by a knight who walked the dark path. We have to stop the evil empire. How are those two connected? We cannot allow this world below to follow the same fate as Sigurd. Alright, let's go back to the map to avoid the reputation loss. And then get these last 2 cities. But we have to come back here yet again. But not yet. I'm gonna look at it off screen to see if I can actually start that quest. Although I don't know if I want to do the Fireseal map or that next. To thank you for what you did, I'll give you this big trophy. Alright, we got the big trophy. That's for selling. It is very big and very trophy. Yeah. Alright, so we came back for the big trophy, and that's all that we got out of that, so... Yay? So, big trophy. A stuffed behemoth, a beast of legends which defeating was a sign of true courage. Okay, that's what that big trophy is then. I think this sells for the same as... I will do that when I do the Zodiac Stone quest. I was thinking about going back to the map that I actually tanked my reputation on and doing all that stuff. There's a whole mess of stuff to do now that I got my reputation back up, but I will do that probably one of the first things, but I think I would just end this one here, and I'm going to check to see if I can start that off screen. If not, we're going to go defeat Fort Shermana. But, well, if not, I think we're gonna do the Fireseal mission next, which is not even canonical, and it's not linked to the rest of these maps. It's kind of like, what the hell was that place called that is exclusive to the Sega Saturn? That you have to, oh, Star Gem Island. Yeah, it's exactly like that. It's the only mission you could do there. It's a bonus exclusive mission that you have to work really hard to figure out how to get it. But we figured that out. Cheesed our way through it. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do.